Wait, stop! Before you give up on Pi Network completely, CoinCodex just released a shocking price prediction that could change everything. They're forecasting Pi could hit $1.46 by 2030. That's a potential 330% return from today's price. You know what this means? Your $1,000 investment today could become $4,300 in just 5 years. I know you're probably thinking, another fake prediction. But when I saw who published this and their track record, I had to dig deeper. This isn't some random YouTuber making wild claims. This is serious institutional analysis. Make sure you follow my Telegram and Facebook pages right now. The links are in the description, because what I'm about to reveal could literally determine whether you retire early or keep working until you're 70. So, here's what happened. You know what caught my attention last week? CoinCodex, one of the most respected blockchain analysis firms out there, just dropped their Pi Network price prediction for 2030. And honestly, when I first read it, I had to double-check the numbers because they seemed too good to be true. They're saying Pi could hit $1.46 by the first quarter of 2030. That's not just a small pump. We're talking about a potential 330% increase from where we are today. Now, you know what my first thought was? Here we go again with another overly optimistic prediction. But then I started looking at their methodology, and frankly, their track record with other cryptocurrencies has been pretty solid. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. You know what's been happening with Pi lately? It's been rough, really rough. Remember when Pi launched and we all watched it skyrocket from 87 cents to nearly $3 in just 6 days? Man, those were exciting times. I remember staying up all night watching the charts, calling my friends, thinking we'd finally made it. That 240% surge felt like a dream come true for everyone who believed in Pi from the beginning. But then reality hit us like a freight train. The Trump market crash happened, and Pi came crashing down harder than most of us expected. We're now sitting at around 34 cents. And honestly, it hurts to look at those numbers. The last time Pi was above $1 was in May, and since then, it's been nothing but red candles. You know what I think about this? Sometimes the market needs to shake out weak hands, and maybe that's exactly what's happening right now. Here's where things get really interesting, and you know what I love about this prediction? It's not promising overnight riches. CoinCodex is actually being conservative, saying Pi will likely trade under $1 for the next 4 years until 2029. That sounds realistic to me because let's face it, the crypto market doesn't just hand out easy wins. But here's the kicker. They see significant movement happening in 2030, with Pi potentially trading between 73 cents and $1.46. The maximum target of $1.46 represents that 330% gain I mentioned earlier. You know what I find fascinating about this timeline? It gives Pi Network enough time to fully develop its ecosystem, expand its user base, and prove its real-world utility. In my opinion, this longer timeline actually makes the prediction more credible, not less. Let's talk real money here because that's what we all care about. You know what $1,000 invested in Pi at today's prices could become? According to this prediction, it could be worth $4,300 by 2030. Now that's not life-changing money for everyone, but it's definitely significant. Think about it. That's enough to pay off a credit card, take a nice vacation, or even reinvest into other opportunities. But here's what gets me excited. If you have more Pi than that $1,000 equivalent, your potential gains multiply accordingly. You know what my honest opinion is about this? Even if the prediction is only half right, and Pi reaches 75 cents instead of $1.46, you're still looking at a solid return on your patience and belief in this project. You know what's happening while everyone else is panicking and selling? Smart money is quietly paying attention. Institutional analysts aren't writing Pi off, they're studying its fundamentals. The fact that Pi managed that incredible 240% surge proves the potential is there. The technology works, the community is massive, and despite all the price drama, development continues behind the scenes. You know what I think is really happening? We're in that classic accumulation phase where retail investors lose interest, but the foundation for the next major move is being built. This reminds me of Bitcoin in 2018. Everyone thought it was dead, but look what happened next. I'm not saying Pi is the next Bitcoin, but the pattern of despair before major growth is remarkably similar. Now let me be completely honest with you because you deserve the truth. You know what every experienced crypto investor learns the hard way? Predictions are just educated guesses, and the crypto market loves to humble people who get too confident. There are real risks here. Regulatory crackdowns, competition from other projects, or simply the possibility that Pi doesn't achieve mainstream adoption. The whole crypto market could crash again, taking Pi with it. You know what my personal rule is? Never invest money that you need for rent, food, or emergency expenses. The stress isn't worth it, and you'll make emotional decisions that cost you money. In my experience, the people who succeed in crypto are those who invest what they can afford to lose and then forget about it for a few years. So, what should you actually do with this information? You know what I'm personally doing? I'm treating this as a long-term hold situation. If you believe in Pi's technology and community like I do, this current price dip might be a gift. But remember, we're talking about a 2030 timeline. That's 5 years of waiting, watching, and probably more ups and downs. You know what really separates winners from losers in crypto? It comes down to patience and conviction. The people who succeed are usually those who can stomach the wild swings, trust their research, and stay committed to the bigger picture instead of panicking at every dip. If you believe in the long-term vision of a project and can handle the volatility, then holding your position or even accumulating more during downturns could pay off in the future. On the other hand, if you know you'll need the money soon, or find the stress of constant price fluctuations too much to bear, there's absolutely no shame in stepping aside and choosing a safer path that aligns with your peace of mind and financial situation. In my opinion, the key is making a decision you can live with regardless of the outcome. You know what I'm most curious about? What you're thinking right now after hearing all this. Are you feeling more hopeful about Pi's future, or are you still skeptical? Drop a comment below and tell me your honest thoughts about this price prediction. Are you planning to hold your Pi until 2030, or are you considering other strategies? Your perspective helps everyone in our community, and honestly, I learn just as much from your comments as you hopefully learn from my videos. And hey, if this analysis helped you see Pi from a new angle, smash that like button. It really does help more Pi holders discover this content when they need it most. Here's my final take on all this. You know what I've learned after years in the crypto space? The projects that survive and thrive are the ones with strong communities and real utility, not just hype and marketing. Pi Network has both of these elements, even if the price doesn't reflect it right now. The 2030 prediction might be optimistic, it might be conservative, or it might be completely wrong. Nobody knows for sure. But what I do know is that giving up right before potential success is one of the biggest regrets people have in crypto. You know what my advice is? Make your decision based on your own research and risk tolerance, not on fear or FOMO. Whether Pi reaches $1.46 or not, at least you'll know you made an informed choice. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss crucial Pi Network updates. Follow my Telegram and Facebook pages for daily insights, exclusive content, and real-time analysis that could make the difference between success and regret. The links are right there in the description. You know what they say in crypto, information is power and staying ahead of the curve is everything. Until next time, keep believing, keep learning, and remember, patience pays in this game.